Hey guys, Mr.III here, and today we're going to be looking at Bluetti's EB3A. They sent this out to me, so let's go put it through the test and see if it can run our furnace and how many times. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's do it. So for those who have not seen or heard anything about this little portable power station, as you can see, it's a small one. So it's not going to power your whole house or big appliances. And quick little unboxing here. You get a box, charger cable, no power brick, which is perfect, and then solar panel charger. I do not have any, so I can't really test this out. And then of course the manual. So we're going to push that off aside and talk about the price. So right now they have a holiday special. The thing's going for about $239. You can find it on their website or on Amazon. I'll put the links down below, help you guys out. But if you are thinking about trying to power up a fridge, your big one in the kitchen, this thing could probably last about 4 hours. But that's, you leaving your fridge alone, not opening and closing the door multiple times. So it's more intended for people that are on the go. So if you're working from the car, you can plug in multiple devices, which I'll show here in a second. And here's a few examples of things that you would plug into the unit while you're driving around. So first I'm going to turn on the AC here and even the DC. Also, quick little note, if you're going to try to charge your phone wirelessly, you do have to turn on that DC. Let me turn everything off, because when you put your device on top, the thing's not going to do anything. So then you have to turn this on, and then, whoop. Let's see, there we go, you can see it's charging. Take it off, and there we go. So quick demonstration here, like I said, turn on AC there. Gonna first plug in my Surface tablet. There we go, that's plugged in. Then I'm going to plug in my MSI laptop. Then our USB Type-C 100 watt to my Galaxy Note Ultra. And last but not least, my Galaxy Watch. Alright, everything's all plugged in and it's saying an output of 116, so that's everything right now getting charged. And this is what you can do from, your back seat, if you have a van or whatever you're doing. And if you're a content creator, this is perfect too. Charge your drones and that stuff. But this is also perfect for someone that likes to go camping. So I like to go camping with my friends, or car camping, you could call it that way. Drive up to a primitive site and park your car and then put up a tent. So this thing would be perfect. I did not have it this year. I have used my River 600 before, but it's perfect just to charge everyone's phones, or even just in case, your Bluetooth speaker dies, you can recharge that, or even just plug in some LED lights to have around your whole perimeter. So on the screen, here's some information about the specs of the power station, so feel free to pause, use the links down below, and read at your own speed, because I'm not here to bore you. So let's talk about some features that I like or dislike about this portable power station. Starting off with the positives, it has a great battery. A lithium phosphate battery, 2,500 cycles, and that's till, I guess, 80%. And if you do some calculations, I think I read somewhere that takes roughly about 4 years to get to that level if you're using this thing daily. So the battery is good, and much better than what I actually have inside my River 600 by EcoFlow. That one just has a lithium-ion battery. So this one gets the dub for that. And if you're wondering about size comparison, the two units are mostly the same size. I know this handle is flipped up like this, or flipped away. Sometimes it is a little difficult to pop that up, but hey, it's still a handle, it's there. And it's nice when it's flat, you can charge your device again. and you don't have that feature on the EcoFlow. But all the buttons and everything that you need to access is only on one side of the Bluetti. While EcoFlow, you have to rotate and go to different sides. If you want to plug, you have to plug everything to the side here. If you want to charge, it's on the other side. This has everything all in one uniform place, which sometimes it's beneficial or not, you know, depending on where you actually place this. It would work perfect under a desk in the office, say like that, you know, or on a bookshelf. Move this back off the side until we need it again. So the EB3A has this nice feature called a UPS. So for those that don't know what a UPS is, it's not the shipping company, but it's a uninterrupted power supply. I'm going to show you a quick demonstration with this little lamp on my left or right, whatever way you're looking at it, but it's on my left. So when the power goes out, this lamp will not be interrupted. So this is a perfect device to have plugged into your Wi-Fi network or your UFI security system. Like mine's going to be powering that and our modem and router and our mesh network that way. So it's going to be a lifesaver because you're going to see in a second how quick this thing acts. It's barely a blink of an eye or a second, whatever you want to call it. I haven't timed it since it's too quick. So right now I just have a normal power strip here. Lights on the bottom mean it's on and it's off. So right now I'm just going to quickly plug in our Bluetti to the power. So it's going to get a little charge right now. Plug that there. And then I'm going to plug this into one of the AC outlets on the Bluetti as well. Our lamp just has a standard 60 watt LED light bulb. It's not using 60 watts, but you know, it's efficient that way. But that's what we're gonna have. I'm gonna keep the shade on so it doesn't blind you, but let's turn this on. So right now the unit just kicked on. Trying to move the cables out of the way. So that could be, you know, and also issue depending, like I said, where you put it. Your cables will be a little messy in front. So I'm gonna turn on that lamp here. There we go. So even when you look up close, I just took a quick picture so you guys can see a little better because I'm not sure how the camera will pick it up. But it says UPS and then AC on the other side. So that means the AC is running and then the UPS is also a factor right now. So I'm gonna just do this showing, you know, I'm not pulling any strings or magic tricks here. I'm gonna push this button. There you go. I don't know if the camera picked that up. Just that little blink. That was this, and now it's actually running full battery mode since it's saying 0 is being in the input. So I'll turn it back on. All right, has not affected the lamp or anything like that. It just kicked back on. It may have did a little flash there for a second. But yeah, this is there. Hit that. Yep, we're back at 265 watts in, and then it says about 10 watts out. So again, I'm going to show you that button here. So power going out, and this is already kicked in. So those bad guys you can catch on your cameras because, hey, you still have power, and this thing will hopefully last till your power is restored. So the next thing I want to talk about that I like is actually their phone's app. So when you go on the Play Store, since I have an Android, you would find Bluetti and then download their app and then quickly link through Bluetooth, or you can make an account and link another way through your Wi-Fi even probably. But the Bluetooth connection as a unregistered account, that's what I'm using, it worked out perfect, which you'll see I'll have a screen recording of what is shown on the phone inside our test later on in the basement. All right, so let's talk about things that I dislike. So to be honest, I really haven't found anything I disliked about this device. Besides, you know, all these portable power stations or whatever you want to call them, battery banks. I know some people hate the term battery generator, but either way, these things are starting to get a little pricey in general. I know this one's still fair, but you know, having $200 on the side, I mean, I would use it for something else sometimes. But if you do have some cash laying around and you want to use it, go ahead. But the one thing, like I said, that it's not bad, but it's a little annoying, is actually when you recharge this device. So when the fan kicks on, it does make a loud sound or even slight buzzing, which when I contacted Bluetti, they told me that's totally normal and there's no issue, so it's not going to harm you, destroy anything. So I'm going to play a little example of what I was hearing, just doing a quick little startup. But yeah, it gets a little loud and then it slows down, drops different speed and stuff like that, you know, when you get more of a rapid charge. Which too, that means it's also doing its job. It's not overheating, it's keeping itself cool, but it's not something that I want to charge in my bedroom while I sleep. So the last thing that I dislike, or really it's not with the unit, but it's what could have came with the unit. It's the 12 volt cigarette lighter charger. So I know from experience of using my EcoFlow River 600 during a blackout, used it for a few things in the house, and then when it died, the only way I had to charge it was actually with one of these. So it was nice to actually have this included with my kit, so I just popped it in my CRV, recharged some of the battery, and then brought it back in the house. And with this case, I cannot do that. So they do actually offer it. I know it's $10, but hey, I'm just like, I wish that was actually included in there. It would make things a little easier to charge since, like I mentioned earlier, I do not have any solar panels. I would like to get some in the future, but, or even the portable ones. But I do not have any solar panels to do any tests to see how they actually, you know, are effective. You know, stick it outside. Will 3 hours of sunlight really give that much of a charge to one of these or not? I don't know. You have to watch someone else's video for that. But in the future, if I do get some, I'll show a little result. But till then, this is a good unit so far. I haven't had any issues. So let's go actually plug it to the test in our basement and testing out that furnace. I know it's what you all been waiting for, not this. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. And this is how it looks with the powered unit. In a second, it's going to be a black screen when I hit that power. All right, so we're right now in the basement. As you can see, the furnace is right here. This is a train unit. It's a XC95M. So a typical blower unit, I assume, maybe takes a max peak of 300 watts. This thing should be able and capable of running it, hopefully. I know they said don't use big appliances and air conditioners, but hey, if we're in this condition, power's out, it's wintertime, let's see if this little battery can give us a little juice. So right now I have it on 95%. It says about, you know, about 30 hours there. I'm gonna actually, currently in the app, so I'm just gonna go check over the power lifting, and it gives me that little feature. Let me put my screen on screen record here. Just media, start recording. All right, so it's doing a little countdown, so you'll have on the side what my phone is showing that the unit is putting out. So hit OK here. I'm going to actually right now cut off the power to the furnace. We have this set up that way. All right, that should be completely dead there. Let me also hit that power lifting OK. Actually, first have to power on the unit here. Give power to the AC there, green. Power lifting now, it should accept it hopefully. It looks like it does not want to actually engage powerlifting. So as we can see, the controls are completely powered off. There's no power here. And of course, we do have electricity in the house. I'm gonna go now plug in the power cord to that battery power station. Quickly make sure that this is off for a second. Yes, AC is off because I don't want to plug this in and have it live. But right now, just unplug our plug here. It's nice that they actually set it up this way just in case you wanted to plug it into a generator or a power station just like this. All right. And now I'm gonna go give it some power. AC on. It says about 16 watts, 18. Let's go check on the app here. Hit refresh. About 17. Okay, we got some clicking there. So I'm gonna go right now run upstairs. Just want to put this side by side here so you know I'm not playing any games. The unit's still at 95%. It says 12 hours and 3 minutes, 12 watts AC. Gonna go run upstairs and check how the boot up is going. All right, so this is right now powering on. Looks like I had some phone number there for a second. All right, loading here. That's a good sign. That means something's working. All right, so that's still running. Let's see if it lets me now do this power lift. There we go. Just in case when that surge pops up here. Back. Still at the 15. All right, and we're finally booted up here, as you can see. So I'm gonna put the mode on heat. Done. And then I'm just gonna bump this up to maybe 73 or something like that, even though it's at 71 in idle, so it actually would kick in, and we'll see how it reacts downstairs. But here's a closer look. Just checking how things are doing upstairs. As you can see, we actually went up already a degree here. We're at 72 in the house. And I set on 73, so it's working. And then feeling the heat from here, yep, feels good. And trying to feel what level the blower is actually blowing. But it feels like a nice steady airflow. All right, and time. So we're at 77% right now. And it's been 15 minutes exactly. Heck, I'll even do it for the worst. We'll count it as 76%. Because right now it just dropped a percentage there as we just saw. I'm gonna go upstairs, turn off the unit, and talk a little more. So also, as I can actually feel and see, the fan has not even kicked on with this unit. And it's slightly warm to touch, that's it. So it's actually handling this very well. So I'll be right back, going back upstairs. And we're upstairs. As you can see, the house is right now at 73. And it is 7:20, if that would actually focus there. So let's turn this off. Heating mode off. Done. So I just realized that my camera just shut off and stopped recording there for a second. So I'm just gonna do another recap here on how this power station actually did. So long story short, it worked beautifully. It did not fail, didn't give us any error codes. Even the fan didn't even kick on, which was something interesting, thinking, you know, this amount of power being pulled, you would think the thing would already, you know, hit a certain stage and go on turbo mode or something like that. But it stayed cool to touch, slightly warm, actually. So warm to touch, but it was not super hot, so you didn't get that, you know, hot temperature error code. And from the calculations of everything, we started out with about 95%, and I ran this for about 15 minutes because I felt that was a typical runtime of a furnace. If not, it's I think maybe 10 minutes. It just depends on the temperature of your house and the size. So this is a pretty big house, and we actually reached our maximum temperature, or what we chose, which was 73. So we went from 71 to 73 degrees in that 15 minutes. And doing a little of that math, like I said, we finished off around 76%, and we start off again 95. So 95 minus 76, that's 19%. So it used about 19%. So let's just round it up to make it even, you know, more on the worst side there, because even that 76, I think we had 77 when I said time, and then it dropped down to 76. So, you know, let's also bump it up just to be on the safer side. So we'll say 20% was used in 15 minutes. And by doing the math that way, you know, out of 100, that means you get 5 times that you can power this furnace to try to keep yourself warm during a winter blackout or something like that. And again, once more, this furnace is a gas furnace with a electric blower. So you're mostly powering that blower unit. And I'll take a look at the footage and stuff and make another conclusion, but right now, that's how it did. It's still alive, didn't explode. If not, I wouldn't be here. Or if so, I wouldn't be here, but yeah. If you guys have any other do's and don'ts, like if this actually was not really safe to do, let me know in the comments, but right now, I survived and it actually worked and didn't destroy any of the expensive appliances and things like that. All right, hey, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll be coming right back up here with looking at, you know, my specs from all this recordings and side-by-sides to give one more final conclusion. All right, and we're back. So, what do you guys think of this little unit? It actually worked. Surprisingly, right? Nah, I trusted it. It would work and not destroy. But yeah, if your house is set up differently, you may have to do the wiring different because you may just have exposed wires in a box. And then you could easily go to a Home Depot or Lowe's and make yourself a AC connection, you know, just plug in that way. And luckily, when we actually had that furnace installed, the installers actually put it in, you know, no charge. We said, hey, just in case, let's have this feature in there. So it's nice to have even a switch right beside it. All right, so when this was plugged in, it had a standby wattage of 15 watts. So that's just 15 watts staying on the whole time. And I realized too now that I actually did not even need power lifting on to, you know, get that 1,200 watt surge or something like that. Because this thing only spiked up, I saw the highest was 388 watts. So that was the max peak that I actually watched through the whole footage on my phone there. I didn't see anything going higher than that. But that was just for a quick second anyway, so it's not going to really deplete the battery as much. But when the furnace was running, it had an average around 228 watts of usage. And then there was even a cool down stage, and that ran about 185 watts for both, you know, the unit and the heater itself. So I know depending on where you live and what type of installation you have, if you have new windows, the temperature it is outside, you know, all these factors play a part in how long this would work. So luckily, my temperature outside was 37 degrees, and it was nighttime. So I didn't have any sunshine coming through the house to also warm up the house. But I just ran it for a 15-minute time period, and we had a 20% battery drop for that 15 minutes. Like I said, I gave a little extra, and the temperature went from 71 degrees in the house to 73 degrees. So it did hit my target temperature that I set and ran for that time. Which even in the video I had it running a little longer even for the cool down. But automatically, depending on how long you want to heat up your house and stuff, you know, the rate, like I said, about 5 times you can heat that house for like 15 minutes and have some warm air in the house. But then you're going to also come to the issue of, do I want to have it powered off or not? Because that 15 watts will take a little bit of your battery each time. So I would recommend probably shutting this down after use and then restarting again. It may take a few minutes for your unit depending on what type you have. Like I said, we have a train unit, so it took a few minutes, or probably like a minute and a half, for the thermostat upstairs to actually boot up and recognize that, hey, we are plugged in and having power. All right, so that's my final results. It worked on the furnace. It has worked in the other situations. And someone's ringing the doorbell. But thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And Mr.III out.